someone in the garden. Good afternoon, beloved friends. Welcome to our little garden that's got a little bit entangled with weeds amongst the white marble stones. This afternoon's video snippet is in honor of the sacred masculine, of all men everywhere. And the reason I'm saying this is because this morning I felt compelled to write a post about sacred body awakening for men. To give men a safe and holy space to explore their innate temple wisdom, if you like, that's been inside of their bodies. And they've been thinking that they are gifted masseuses and gifted energy healers, which of course they most probably are, but like us ladies, they probably know there's something deeper, way, way deeper than any form of learnt and linear massage could ever satisfy. So that's what I'm contemplating today. The happiness, the great, great happiness to be able to work with our brothers in that way. What about you, Petey?
Yeah, I mean, we were having that discussion out here, hanging washing and stuff, and it's like, how can we bring men into sacred body awakening in an environment where they are absolutely, categorically, totally safe, and that we feel the space where their innate sexuality is welcome, but as a life energy, it's not directed at anyone. It's not designed to make them better lovers as such, but simply to put them back in touch with a life force that's been so suppressed over the centuries, largely thanks to traditional religions. How can we readdress the balance so that men are able to maybe find for the first time in our, it's me included, our lives, a way of getting rid of the guilt and shame that we sort of got from our father's generation and the society we grew up in? How can we find an expression of that or for that in such a way that somebody on the receiving end, for example, other men on the receiving end of sacred body awakening also can feel, oh wow, this is safe.
I was contemplating earlier and saying to Petey,
that's me, Grant.
That's Pete on a good day,
He's behaving.
that I have a feeling that us ladies, we know this, but I have a feeling that there are particular men out there who carry this, I'm calling it temple energy because that's the only word that gets relatively close to what I'm talking about, that there are men who carry this temple energy and there is zero place for that to be allowed to flow naturally. There's only a few places for that to flow naturally for women, but it's growing. But the men haven't yet really been given that mature and easily spoken about natural environment for their own exploration and freeing. And I was saying to Pete, it's not on a bad day, I was saying to Pete that I reckon that there are many what might appear as awkward or yet to find their sacred purpose, or men that just seem a little bit kind of like uncomfortable in their bodies. That's to the untrained eye. I bet it is those men, given the sacred space and nurturing of this unspoken about sacred skill. It is those men who are absolutely going to unravel and unfurl, and this incredible celebratory gift flourish through their hands and their bodies. I can't help feeling, and I do know some friends of mine, that this is going to be a huge and welcoming respite from the stereotypical masculine box that they're trying so hard to get into. You see, beloved friends, back in the days of the ancients, this energy was so freely expressed amongst men and women, not at all awkward, not at all taboo, not underground, not odd and bizarre, but a gorgeous, wholesome way of being. And the ancients knew that this kind of exchange amongst humans absolutely kept health and wellness at an optimum level. So yeah, I'm just going to get off that soapbox now before Pete kicks me off it.
Nah. But we're looking for guys who perhaps next year can think of coming out here to France to us, who have the balls to be the pioneers, so that you and we together can work this out. What is needed? What do guys need to open to their own true identity, to be believable, to be trustworthy, you know, despite whatever the world might think? How can we find an expression where, for example, a man or a woman coming into the space with us can feel immediately safe, can feel here is a place where I can dare to let go of all the tensions within me, all the things I'm not allowed to do or be or feel, without being made wrong in any way, shape or form. And we kind of work it out over a week, 7 days, maybe 10 days, who knows. So we're looking for guys, with the balls to be the new man. Whether, that's a sort of a crazy, hippie, age of Aquarius thing, but actually time is in. And it's not airy-fairy, pink, lens-wearing hippie dudes. It's ordinary blokes like you and me, kind of wanting to get the fuck on with it and find out what's going on or not going on.
And also, beloved friends, if you've been watching our videos from last year, then you know we have been through all of the psychological minefield and electric fence that accompanies this subject. This time last year, I was so scared of bringing Pete into Sacred Body Awakening that he would be there with naked ladies and and that is equally what I want to bring into the sacred container. This is a very important subject. It comes with some very tumultuous emotions, and I want to be there to just catch every single man and woman that goes into that jealousy, possessiveness, peace, and absolutely blast them with the sacred heart, because the fears usually don't get lived out. It's just heavy duty conditioning, and it's nothing to be afraid of. The exchange is so natural and so wholesome and so innocent. I can't tell which bit I love showing up for most: the facilitation of the body work, or the blasting open of the conditioning and that beautiful being being released into a paradise world where he or she can look back and go, oh my God, that was just fear.
Yeah, it was a great, footnote, why should you trust us? Why should you place yourself in our hands?
Totally.
Well, you probably have noticed, or can't possibly miss, that we just got married. And we are completely, utterly dedicated to each other. That means neither of us are susceptible to any kind of energy from anyone else on either of us.
We're Teflon.
Yeah, nothing sticks. So, you know, I take it as a big sign that I'm moving in the right direction, that Anaiya trusts me to be, you know, quite close to other semi-clad women, but that she knows from experience that I can hold space in a way that I'm completely squeaky clean. Nothing. Not that I'm disconnected, not that I'm somewhere else or suppressing something, but absolutely rigidly, interesting word, trustable. And I feel the same about her when it comes to holding space for other men. It's a risky subject for most blokes to, you know, how do you feel about your partner holding space for other naked or semi-naked men? I trust her completely, absolutely, no matter what the man might have going through his head, which is also okay. Not to demonise anything, but hey, we're dead safe. You know, you can trust us. You can see the environment we live in, see what we do. Come and join us.
And also, on that note, just to make it really clear, we're human. Should anything arise, it will be immediately expressed and communicated. So it's not as if we're like Mr. and Mrs. Perfect and we don't have those feelings anymore.
What do you mean?
Oh, we probably will. But we just communicate it. I mean, what more can we do? We just communicate it. So, beloved friends, what do you reckon? Want to come and hang out in the washing with us? And pick weeds from the white marble stones?
Yeah. See ya.